So the potential pattern that we may have here is called a diamond bottom pattern, and what we've done from this top here in March of this year, we've come all the way down this overlapping corrective waves, and in recent times, I think August right there, we've created this wick bottom. We've come up into the resistance of a potential diamond bottom pattern where we're getting compressed between the apex of resistance and support. So if we hold this neckline and this low, then we should get a continuation here, a beautiful reversal pattern where we get this continuation for Bitcoin going vertical, making new highs, and then obviously we're getting the bear flag in the dominance continuing.
Pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
So that's been a beautiful trade for myself and the CoinsKid crew. The retest of this neckline, look at that, currently up roughly 36% on that move right there for Bitcoin. It's done incredibly well. So I've been relaying these waves up and down, been riding them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, take profit, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, take profit, ABC, so on and so forth. We've been jumping into micro shorts and micro longs and things like that and riding these waves as we go. So I did say to you last week, I'm short here, looking for the pullback. I relayed the ABC in the Discord for the CoinsKid crew. We've jumped back into longs and right now we're breaking out. And the reason I've made that music is because we've entered price discovery here for Bitcoin. We're actually making new all-time highs. So I need to see a little bit more bearish price structure from here for Bitcoin to flip bearish. And obviously anything can happen. We can roll over or whatever. But right now I just have to respect that what we did here at this particular apex, we broke out, we back tested the golden crosses, which I relayed to you, was exactly what we did here in this bump and run pattern, the breakout, the back test, the golden crosses right towards the apex. This led to this huge impulsive move, and this is, again, we're not got a crystal ball, we're not got a time machine, it's just respecting the price data and the price structure. So until I start to see more bearish structure here for Bitcoin, I remain bullish for Bitcoin that it's going to meet the technical target, which is roughly 82k, which is a 1.272 fib here for Bitcoin, roughly that level there, which is my primary target at the moment. Until I start to see data that suggests otherwise, I think Bitcoin could be looking for $82,425, but obviously it's going to do it in waves. Okay, so just there we've got a major move here, possibly part of the third wave, like I said to you, 1 ABC 2, and right now this is your third wave coming up, and you've got some kind of 1 into a 2, and this is your third wave. This is a 1 into a 2, this is a 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. So we're coming up right now in a potential leading diagonal off this low here, so some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move for Bitcoin, okay, into the 1.272, which I relayed to you in many videos right there. So until I start to see the breakdown, the loss of the EMAs, the key signals that I rely on, I remain cautiously bullish here for Bitcoin to get to that target of 1.272 fib right there. Okay, so I'm going to show you the tweet that I made on Friday, the 7th of September, I believe it was, and all the negative sentiment and the naysayers that were jumping in and saying no way, no way. And this is something that I seen way back here on the the forecast of this bump and run pattern at this bottom as well. Literally on the day of that crash, I made a video for yourselves and a tweet as well, and I was receiving the same negative sentiment and comments at that particular point as well. But then Bitcoin went on in a huge impulsive third wave right there. So again, I'm just respecting the price structure. Please appreciate that. I will flip bearish at some point once the bearish price structure comes into the charts. Really simple. Okay, so let me show you the tweet right now. So I did make this tweet on Friday, the September the 6th right there, literally the retest of that neckline, beautiful, got a nice little bounce as you're fully aware. I'm currently tracking a potential bullish line and bottom pattern here for Bitcoin. So that's played out, it's been beautiful, we've rode the waves, we've traded it all together. Like I said to you, I kept moving my stops up, just like I did last year as well for you, and I relayed that to you. So going down the list here, we did have mixed sentiment, but quite a lot of people were really bearish. For example, it went bearish, no we didn't, it back tested it and broke out, new volume confirmation, absolutely true, which is something we was looking at, and we did get that good spotting. We better have diamonds falling out of our bottom as long as we've been waiting. It came down into the pattern from the top, however the pattern within the diamond more resembles a bearish structure. Now actually it doesn't, because if you take a look, the price structure, what we've done, we've come down from the top into this pattern, which is this. So you're coming down, you're going sideways in a range. We retested all the resistance, support, and a breakout back test, which I relayed to you, and that's exactly what we've done. It's a bullish reversal pattern. We've not come up into it, as you can see, okay? So it's just pattern trading, really, really simple. So if we go down, no such thing, it's just looking for market moves. Textbook, now zoom out for confirmation. Just there was a tweet just from this guy, Mergin van Ooseren. He says, do the opposite of what this guy says and gets rich. Well, we're currently 36% up on Bitcoin. The sound of despair, again, this is the market sentiment. People were extremely bearish. Rafael Riego, what's your thoughts on this? Well, I know she's extremely bearish on Bitcoin. Here we go. If we go further down the list, we've got not yet. Okay, so could be, I'll take it. What has become of CoinsKid, who track fib, Elliott waves, volume, and other risk metrics? Well, we do all that on this channel, but we do primarily love to trade pattern trading, and this is something I do teach in the channel right there. Scam, people dumping too early, bro. This age like shit, as your predictions usually end up. Well, it absolutely bounced on that day as you're making that comment. When they say these meme lines are bullish pattern, what exactly are they basing that on? Where are the studies done showing this to be true? So there's loads and loads of websites out there. If you want to learn pattern trading, just put in pattern trading into Google, and there's just so many resources that you can learn on. You can also frame that as a chart as a diamond shape to create a bearish pattern. This is so much bullshit, and I've just relayed to you why I don't think it was a bearish pattern. We fell into the pattern, which is a bullish reversal. Low draw, whatever shit you want, laugh my ass off, insane guy. We keep going down. There was very, very negative sentiment in the replies, basically, and this is something I look at. Whenever I make a tweet, bullish or bearish, I look at the sentiment, especially if we're really high in the sky, like we were in March way back there, and I was calling for a correction, and everyone in the replies was like, no way, you don't know, an idiot, you're talking about. It was just more confidence of the fact that I did think we were coming for that correction, as the confidence was in the replies here, and the sentiment at that point when I was relaying to you, this is an opportunity. Okay, really, really simple. So let's dive into the charts right now to see what we can see. Okay, but again, sentiment is a major factor that I look at when I'm taking positions long, short in Bitcoin. Let me dive into the charts right now to see what we can see. Okay. So Bitcoin's doing well, and obviously, like I've said to you, if Bitcoin does do well, then we should be looking at the rest of the market, following basically. But what goes up must come down. We'll try and ride these waves together as and when. But at the moment, what I'm looking at is meme coins, and this is why I've created a meme coin section. I've been posting meme coin setups in the Discord for the CoinsKid crew, for example. Those people paying attention that are in the Discord, they will know that I picked 3 meme coins last week. 2 are doing extremely well. 1 is well up, I think around about 125%. So I know a lot of you have took profit on that, and I don't blame you. You've got out what you've put in, and right now you're riding a free wave, which is absolutely amazing. So I wish you the almost luck with that, in the world, basically. And it is an under the radar low cap meme coin that I've posted in the meme coin section for the Discord crew right there. And hopefully in time it will be another bonk for us, which was absolutely amazing. That was a beautiful call way back in January 2023, just as Bitcoin was beginning that impulsive move off the lows right there. I did look at bonk with the CoinsKid crew, and it's been a beautiful trade, and this is why I've created the meme coin section. I know I got a lot of slack and a lot of hate for that, but I'm just trying to help people make as much money in this space as I possibly can. So I've been trading these moonshots, been doing incredibly well, but I've introduced 2 more systems here. I've included a new system called the DEX list. Again, these are all the decentralized exchange coins, which are doing incredibly well. For example, on the Solana chain, if we take a look at this section, look at all these coins doing really well. In the last 24 hours, we've got Super Cycle, look at that, doing incredibly well. So as you go down the list, you've got this coin here, USIM, currently a state of neutral, so looking to ride that up today. And then equally, I've created another section for yourself called crypto blocks. If we take a look at the moment, crypto blocks, the market is beginning to look quite overextended on the micro. Now this is basically a micro time frame. Now the other day when Bitcoin here, you see the signal, BTC fell below 30, all of these coins were yellow and dark green. It was in a state of extreme fear and fearful, and this is something I relayed to the CoinsKid crew because I got this out of the weekend to them. So I've been getting good feedback about this particular section. But right now what we've got is BTC pushing above 70, and we're starting to see greed on the micro time frame in the crypto blocks. We're seeing a lot of oranges and pinks kicking in right now. So I assure you, yesterday and a couple of days ago especially, a lot of these coins were dark green and yellow. So it was opportunity with BTC below 30. So right now you should be looking at taking profit, or looking at potential micro short ops because of the overextension we're seeing on the crypto blocks right here. Really, really simple. Okay, so these are a couple of little sections I've created for the CoinsKid crew. We've got another indicator that I've added as well called a cycle waves indicator, and I've gone through this with you before. So basically the pump and dump moon, you can clearly see that every time we have a dump moon we get a spike up in the volume profile of the warning, the sell and buy side basically. So whenever we see blue and green outweighing yellow and red, it's always a buy basically after a dump moon, and that's exactly what we've seen just there. If you take a look, we've seen a massive spike up in the volume profile for the buy side over the sell side, and what's happened? Boom, literally a couple of days after, just like there we've seen a pump, just like there we've seen a pump, we've seen another pump which is making new all-time highs there, and we're getting a spike up right now just there in the sell side. So again, increasing the probability of a short opportunity on the micro time frame, not necessarily on the macro. So this is a beautiful little indicator. Cycle waves, you can clearly see if I zoom out, look at it, it goes right back from when I created the volume profile for the sell and buy side indicator right there, all the way back to around about October last year, I think it is, that I created this system. So it's doing incredibly well. Come to CoinsKid.com and get involved in all them sections, okay? So let me dive into the Bitcoin chart right now to see what we can see, okay? So look at Bitcoin on the daily time frame. Primary counter at the moment is really simple. We've got an ABC here. This is an expanded flat correction. There's your ABC. This is your true top in April. I've shown you so much confidence of that. XRP, VChain, Chainlink, Ethereum, Cardano, so on and so forth. Top there. Come back down, ABC, really simple. And from this move here, this is your impulsive wave which has come up and took out the highs as anticipated in this third wave. So this is my primary count at the moment. I'm looking for more data to suggest otherwise. What we've got is a simple 1 into an expanded flat 2, basically A, B made a high, then the 2 made a high low, and right now we've come up in a simple zigzag wave 3, and we've got the ABC zigzag wave 4, WXY correction, and right now you should find a fifth wave coming up for Bitcoin. So right now we're entering price discovery here for Bitcoin. We're breaking out, we're breaking bull, and like I said to you in recent times, my primary count is a 1 into a 2 into a third wave which is coming up right now. This is a 1 into a 2, and this is part of the third wave coming up, which should take out the all-time high, and it's done exactly that for anyone paying attention to the analysis. But within these little micro time frames, we've got a beautiful here, look, 1 2 3 4 5. This is at this point last week I did say to you, you shouldn't be buying here. This is why I'm entertaining a micro short to come back up into the resistance as support, which we did. Look at that breakout, and right now we're breaking bull. So I think this is part of the third wave, and it's broke out the high as anticipated, because look, you've got a 1 into an expanded flat 2, and right now it's your third wave coming up. So we should be looking at some kind of 1 into a 2 into a 3 into a 4 into a 5, possibly to the technical target of the diamond bottom pattern, ABC or zigzag, or WXY, whatever you call it. It actually has a diamond bottom pattern breakout target to roughly 1.272 at $82,425. So that may be the third wave cooked at that. There's your 1 into a 2 into a 3 into a 4 into a 5, final fifth wave that comes up, possibly beyond if it goes parabolic, who knows, and then boom, we've got a bear market. Really simple. So at this point we need to see certain things to increase the probability of that. One of those things is the Bitcoin dominance, which is breaking out, which is fantastic, which is something anticipated, and then equally altcoins beginning to play catch up. So this is why at this point I don't necessarily think this is a B wave retracement, because if this was a true top, which is what a lot of people are looking at, and this was you basically your A wave, this is your B wave, and then you're looking at a C wave, alts should have rallied at that point and have not. They've been basing, really simple. So I think potentially altcoins are gearing up for a monumental rally to catch up this breakout, which is basically what we've seen here in this cycle. Okay, so hold on, we need to see a little bit more confluence in other charts obviously going forward, but at the moment I'm bull until I see the price structure and the data in the Bitcoin chart that suggests otherwise. So my primary expectation at the moment is the fact ABC expanded flat correction, this is your final fifth wave coming up, or possibly part of a wave 1 into a 2 into a continuation right there. So we'll ride the waves as and when, but what I'm looking at is a 1 into a 2 into a 3 into a 4 into a final fifth wave coming up. So like I said to you, there's one chart that increases the probability of this playing out, and I'll show you exactly what that chart is right now. So at the moment I'm just kicking back, relaxing. I'm looking for that technical target to be met, 1.272, where I will flip into that, and I'll look for short ops as well. So stay tuned to the Discord for the updates on that particular content. Let me show you the other chart right now, which is confluence of this final fifth wave coming up here for Bitcoin. Okay, so the final chart to the blow off top theory that I have, the last leg down for Bitcoin, I've been looking at this with you a very long time, is the 1 into the 2 into the 3 into the 4 into the final fifth wave down. So we've traded this way back when in September, when that hit that level of resistance. It was part of the confluence of analysis that this is it. We're getting a resistance retest on this neckline, this beautiful flag pattern, and we should see a descending triangle here right towards the apex, breakdown, back test, and we should begin to drop towards a technical target of the descending triangle, which is around about 4.18%, and equally the target of where we thought form this flag. So I think what we've got is a little bit of confidence within this chart and within itself, pattern trading. So 1 into an ABC2, 3 into a flagging 4, breaking down, looking for that technical target. So I will seriously think about my position of Bitcoin at that point, 4.18%, because obviously if this comes up like this and gets to this target and comes back up, then this was your top for Bitcoin, okay, and it's not going to get to this target of 3.80%, and this breakdown target here, my final fifth wave expectation of 3.25%. So I'll try and ride the waves with you as best I can, but so far I do think that this particular pattern is playing out here, and this is confidence, and I've been relaying this to you. This is confidence of why I do think we see a leg up here for Bitcoin against all odds and expectations, because of the patterns that I'm seeing in the charts. Really simple, okay, descending triangle from here, resistance, breakout, back test, see you later. So it's looking for 4.18%, where I would expect, you know, we could see a bounce in this particular chart and, you know, a rejection for Bitcoin wherever it is at the time. So come to your charts, USDT dominance chart right there, simple. So if we break down below that point, then this is the target of the pattern, which is your flag. Breakdown is always a technical target, and if we go beyond that and the market starts to go really parabolic, I'm looking at this level here primarily to exit my position on Bitcoin, 3.25%. okay, so enjoyed that update. If you're not already involved in the Discord, definitely get involved. There's so much content in there right now. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care everyone. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Bye bye.